Use of the past tense for the future to emphasize the certainty of its occurrence. This happens. This is very frequent in the Quran. Example, Surah Al-Nahl, verse 1. أَتَى أَمْرُ اللَّهِ فَلَا تَسْتَعْجِلُوهُ. Commandment of Allah will come to pass. I mean, that's how Pickthall translated it. Literally, has come to pass. So do not seek to hasten it. So obviously, if it literally already occurred, then it would be ridiculous to say don't seek to hasten it if it's already occurred. So what's meant there is commandment of Allah will surely come to pass. So do not seek to hasten it. The flip side of that is use of the mudari', the imperfect, where the past tense, normally the past tense should be used. And that's done to indicate an ongoing attitude. So with regard to the Jews, Surah Al-Baqarah, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم قُلْ فَلِمَ تَقْتُلُونَ أَنْبِيَاءَ اللَّهِ مِنْ قَبْلُ إِن كُنْتُمْ مُؤْمِنِينَ. Say, why then did you kill the prophets of Allah before, if you are indeed believers? So, the verb is not actually قَتَلْتُمْ. فَلِمَ قَتَلْتُمْ. That's did you kill. Why then did you kill? It's تَقْتُلُونَ. Why then are you killing? Why do you kill the prophets? And that's an indication that the same mentality that caused their predecessors to kill prophets in the past is present in those who are being addressed when the ayah was revealed. Another example, وَاتَّبَعُوا مَا تَتْلُو الشَّيَاطِينُ عَلَى مُلْكِ سُلَيْمَانَ. And they followed, instead of revelation, what the devils falsely related against the kingdom of Solomon. Now, technically, the verb is tatlu, which means what the devils attribute. They're still attributing it. So there's some people, human devils, who are still claiming that the magic that they're doing goes back to Sulaiman. The use of a statement to indicate a command, that's a number of examples. One of them, وَالْوَالِدَاتُ يُرْضِعْنَ أَوْلَادَهُنَّ حَوْلَيْنِ كَامِلَيْنِ. Mothers will suckle their children for 2 whole years. It's actually a command. But then that's linked to will, so it's a recommendation. One that's even clearer, وَالْمُطَلَّقَاتُ يَتَرَبَّصْنَ بِأَنفُسِهِنَّ ثَلَاثَةَ قُرُوءٍ. Women who are divorced will wait, keeping themselves apart, for 3 menstrual periods. And Zamakhshari said the use of a statement instead of a command, it's an indication that it's as if the mukallafs, those who are being required to comply with this command, it's as if they've been so hasty to comply with the command that this statement is being made about their compliance. And there's quite a few examples of that. And then the use of the command form for a statement of fact, the opposite of what we just mentioned. وَقَالَ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا لِلَّذِينَ آمَنُوا اتَّبِعُوا سَبِيلَنَا وَلْنَحْمِلْ خَطَايَاكُمْ. Surah Al-Ankabut, verse 11. Those who disbelieve say to those who believe, follow our way, and we will verily bear your sins for you. Now, it's translated as a statement, but the Arabic construction has lam al-amr, and we should, it's obligatory for us to bear your sins for you. And so the fact that it's a statement is clearly indicated by the end of the verse, which says in English, they cannot bear any of their sins. Indeed, they verily are liars. Let's at least we'll do Kinaayah. We seem to be running out of time here, so let's do Kinaayah and we'll leave Mubhamat to the next lecture. Kinaayah is an allusion or a euphemism. In other words, to speak about something in a roundabout way. And that's the opposite of tasrih, to come right out and say what you mean without beating around the bush. And one of the major uses of kinayah, or allusion, or euphemism in the Quran, is due to delicacy and to avoid vulgarity. So references to intercourse are always couched in these roundabout terms. أُحِلَّ لَكُمْ لَيْلَةَ الصِّيَامِ الرَّفَثُ إِلَى نِسَائِكُمْ. And the actual Arabic word is jima', and it's never used actually. It is made lawful for you to go into your wives on the night of the fast. I mean, rafath is still, it's an indirect way of saying it, but when Pickthall translated it, he translated it pretty directly. In the same verse, this is verse 187 of Al-Baqarah, وَلَا تُبَاشِرُوهُنَّ وَأَنْتُمْ عَاكِفُونَ فِي الْمَسَاجِدِ. And he literally, bashir, again from the word for skin, don't make skin-to-skin contact with them, or don't make direct contact with them. Pickthall translates it, he says, and touch them not, but be at your devotions in the mosques. In Surah Al-Ma'idah, verse 6, أَوْ لَمَسْتُمُ النِّسَاءَ, or you've had contact with women. So it could mean, again, you touch them, they touch you. So it could mean just like that, skin-to-skin contact, hand-to-hand. Or it could mean intercourse. نِسَاؤُكُمْ حَرْثُ لَكُمْ فَأْتُوا حَرْثَكُمْ أَنَّا شِئْتُمْ. Your women are a tilth for you, so go to your tilth as you will. And then, أَوْ جَاءَ أَحَدٌ مِّنْكُمْ مِنَ الْغَائِطِ, or one of you comes from the غائط. This here, Pickthall translates it as the closet. The غائط was, in the original use of the language, was a low place in the earth, which is where people would usually choose to do their business when they had to go to the bathroom. And then, in talking about the Messiah, Isa, son of Mary, ما المسيح ابن مريم إلا رسول قد خلت من قبله الرسل وأمه صديقة كانا يأكلان الطعام. Talking about Isa and his mother, said both of them used to eat food. So, well, if you eat food, then something has to happen to it a few hours later. So that's actually the point of the verse, which is, someone who goes to the bathroom cannot be divine. But it was phrased in a more delicate way. And then sometimes kinayah is used for vividness. وَلَا تَجْعَلْ يَدَكَ مَغْلُولَةً إِلَى عُنُقِكَ وَلَا تُبَسِّطْهَا كُلَّ الْبَسْطِ فَتَقْعُدَ مَلُومًا مَحْسُورًا. And let not your hand be chained to your neck, nor open it with a complete opening, lest you sit down rebuked and insolvent. Insolvent was the Sahih International translation. Pickthall actually said denuded. This is in Al-Isra, verse 29. وَعِنْدَهُ مَفَاتِحُ الْغَيْبِ لَا يَعْلَمُهَا إِلَّا هُ. And with him are the keys of the unseen. So they're not physical keys. It's used as a to summon an image in the mind of the listener. And then one final point, ta'reed, which is a hint. In Surah Yasin, you have a case of what's we referred to earlier, iltifat, and when there's a shift in speaking, that da'i who comes running from the opposite end of the city to support the prophets in their mission. His people are rejecting them. And he's talking to his people. He says, وَمَا لِيَ لَا أَعْبُدُ الَّذِي فَطَرَنِي وَإِلَيْهِ تُرْجَعُونَ. Why wouldn't I worship the one who created me and to whom you will be returned? So what he really means is, why don't you worship the one who created you and to whom you will be returned? But he's being delicate. He doesn't want to challenge his people so they get angry. He's phrasing it about himself in order that they can accept it. Those are some of the linguistic aspects of how the Quran uses the Arabic language, and Allah knows best. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.